This is a pair of running shoes that Anta officially defines as long-distance trainer. Since that is the claimed purpose, I put it through 2 20k plus runs during my 50km test. My experience was complicated. Today, let's talk about the Anta HP2. I created this channel to review running products from Chinese brands and improve my English speaking. Before I get into my thoughts on the Anta HP2, I do want to go over some disclosures. No one's paying me to make this video, and I bought this pair with my own money. Money doesn't grow on trees, but I will say what I have to say. So let's get into it from the specs. The official didn't give a specific stack height, only stating a 6mm drop, down from 8mm in the previous version. This 2mm difference likely comes from a thicker forefoot. The midsole still uses TPU-based supercritical beaded foam. The outsole is crystal-like, but Anta didn't claim it's a CPU outsole. I think they described it honestly, because in recent use, the outsole of this pair has worn more than I expected. The weight of my size 45 is 258 grams. It's true to size. For reference, I usually wear size 45 in Chinese brands and size 46 in Hoka and New Balance. After the basics, let's take a look at the details. This shoe is wide foot friendly. I would say it's comparable to 2E widths of international brands. The wide platform and the volume at the top are very sufficient. The lockdown of the Anta HP2 is great. I think the heel padding, or rather, the heel design contributes a lot to this. Those who are familiar with running shoes will easily see that the heel design borrows from the recent generations of ASICS Nimbus. Not just aesthetically, but even the materials feel like they are from the same supplier. This version features a more breathable single-layer upper with structural reinforcement in some specific areas through the weaving. And the heel counter noticeably stiff. All these elements combine to deliver impressive stability. The tongue is a double-layered mesh without padding connected by gussets. The laces have a unique single-side sawtooth design. From official, the carbon plate has cutouts in the forefoot, but it's still pretty stiff. Whether this is necessary or not, I will talk about it in the actual experience. At the very beginning of the video, I mentioned my feelings are so complex that simple pros and cons won't suffice. First of all, it's defined by Anta as a long-distance trainer with its pricing of around $70. It's clear that its target customers are the general runners. For a long-distance shoe serving the general runners, I think the top priority should be to provide consistent and sufficient cushioning. And in fact, during my long runs, the midsole did provide cushioning from start to finish, but the cushioning is not that much. The whole shoe has on a firm side, especially when switching to midfoot and forefoot landing. It becomes very rigid. I can't feel the foam deforming. Secondly, when heel striking, the cushioning doesn't deliver the soft, sinking sensation I expected. Instead, it's kind of snappy. Combined with its relatively stiff carbon plate, I can speed up very effortlessly and efficiently. So I think the plate designed to maintain the midsole geometry, allowing runners to naturally and smoothly roll from heel to toe transitions. But the landing sweet spot where it can perform well is just in this small area, so it can't really accommodate midfoot or forefoot runners well. I also try to put myself in the designer's perspective. Indeed, the majority of general runners land on their heels. But here's a contradiction. This is the wear condition of the heel also after 50 kilometers. The lugs on the edge of the heel are nearly flat already. If the shoe or the designer encourages heel landing, shouldn't that area be more durable? It's worth noting that in my 50 kilometers of use, I didn't always land on my heel. I often switched between different landing forms to test it. If I had always landed here, the wear would probably be even worse. These are the complicated feelings I have about this pair. Although it's not contradictory to be able to speed up effortlessly and focus on long distance, it only provides good cushioning when landing on the heel, yet doesn't increase the durability at the heel landing area. That doesn't make sense. While wrapping up this video, I want to suggest a rotation to help reduce the overwearing of the HP2. The Anta C202 is like its big brother. It gives more energy return when you land, and both shoes feel super smooth during heel-to-toe transitions. No doubt that smooth roll is especially appealing for heel strikers. I would recommend them for a rotation. Besides, the 361 degrees Flame 4 mix isn't as smooth as the HP2 in transitions, but it has better cushioning and energy return in the heel, and it's cheaper. I think it's a good alternative to the HP2. Back to the Anta HP2, which is a long-distance trainer on firm side. I think beginners or less experienced runners would really want a plush cushioning shoe for long runs. And for myself, if it's an LSD, I would grab a max cushion shoe from Shoe Rack. For a marathon effort long run, I would go for a super trainer that's not just optimized for heel striking. So if I had to sum up my mixed feeling about the Anta HP2 in one line, it would probably be, it's not great, but it feels wrong to throw it away. Those are my thoughts on the Anta HP2 after 50 kilometers. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this shoe or any good tips on improving English speaking. Thanks for watching this video all the way through. I'll bring you more about Chinese running products. Please follow me and hope you have a good one.